a couple issues here that I need to refine inside of the animation frames themselves, and in every sense this provides us with a great opportunity to communicate a problem and talk about the solution, or one possible solution to that problem. I'm working on establishing all of the in-between frames for this first arc in my bouncing ball animation, and on this particular frame I can see in the onion skinning a big problem coming up here in the future. From this vantage point, I can see the problem real clearly. However, the moment that I hit the the right arrow key on my keyboard and advance my playhead forward one frame or another, sometimes it gets real difficult to understand where that problem exists and how I can solve it, or how I can fix the problem in relationship to the other frames around it. Thus enter the magic of multi-frame editing. And I'm going to go back in time, just a couple clicks on my keyboard here, to this animation frame. So on this frame, I can see a really great representation of the movement path of my ball in the onion skinned frames themselves. And I would love, since it's very clear where the problem is, it's this frame right here, it's off the motion path, it's very clear where the problem is here, I want to be able to fix it here if possible. And that's where multi-frame editing comes in. And it's a two-step activation of the tool. It's pretty neat. The first thing that we have to do is that we have to select all of the frames that we want to edit. That's step number one. I'm going to go down here into my timeline real fast, and simply dragging with my left mouse button, I'm going to drag a selection box around the frames that I want to control, or I want to edit in this particular instance here. Now with those keyframes selected, I then can go to the top of my viewport, and I'm going to go into this guy right here. This is the multi-frame editing tool, and it's pretty neat. The first thing that we have to do is just click on this first icon, which activates the tool itself. And immediately you can see that our viewport changes a little bit. All of the animation frames that were selected down in the timeline now have an orange outline. They're now active, if you will, and we can actually see their strokes in the viewport itself. From here, I'm free to make changes to any of the strokes in any of those keyframe drawings inside of my timeline, and it makes it really easy because now I can just go in. I've selected the stroke on the animation frame, that's the problem child, and I can just grab the grab tool, and I can start to put it into position. Now I think I've selected too many frames. Yeah, there we go, not too bad. Yeah, I think I've selected too many frames on the other side of the arc, so I'm just going to reselect the frames that I want to work with. Fire off multi-frame, yeah, that's a little bit better. Now I'm seeing my arcs a little bit more clearly, and I can very quickly go in here and make some pretty big adjustments. I don't have to flip through all my animation frames. I can do it all in one mighty fell swoop. I still get the access and the functionality of moving my timeline forward and backwards. It's just a really great way to very quickly edit my animation across multiple frames in one sitting. I can't recommend using the multi-frame editing tool in Blender. I think it's really going to help you figure out the conclusions to your animations.